So in this video I'm going to talk about toning, what toning actually is. People often refer to toning as losing body fat and gaining muscle mass at the same time. This is really difficult to do unless you have amazing genetics, or you are on steroids, or you're a beginner, new to training, or coming back from a long layoff. To gain muscle mass you need to be in a surplus of calories, taking more than you burn. And to lose weight you need to be in a deficit of calories, taking in less energy than you burn to actually break down fat tissue. So to do both at the same time is very, very difficult. People use the term to tone up a certain area to mean by training in that area with resistance, whatever the exercise may be on that body part. By training it with resistance you will lose fat off that particular area. That is a complete myth. You cannot lose fat off certain areas of your body by training it with weights. You can't just do push-ups to lose fat off your chest. You can't do tricep extensions to lose fat off the back of your arms, and you can't do squats to lose fat off your legs. You need to put your body in a calorie deficit, and your body will lose fat off its entire body, not just certain areas of your body. But typically them areas what I had mentioned, usually for girls, they store more fat in their legs, their bum, and the back of the arms. With guys it's on their stomach and their lower back and their face. Usually them areas are the last places for either females or males to lose fat from, but you just have to be on a diet for a bit longer to lose them stubborn areas. But by training with resistance, the muscle can either hypertrophy and get bigger, or atrophy and get smaller. You're not going to lose fat off that particular area by training it with resistance. It's just going to get bigger or smaller, or you can maintain that muscle size and strength. Fat doesn't turn into muscle, or vice versa. Typically when people start a resistance training program and they're in a deficit, meaning they're taking in less energy than the burn, over time they appear like they have lost fat and gained muscle, because the muscle is now more visible and the layer of fat hanging over the muscle isn't there anymore, so the muscle appears more visible. And that's why you see a lot of fitness models and bodybuilders, when they don't actually necessarily have built a lot of muscle before their show, when they're actually competing and stuff, they appear more muscular, because they're so lean. The muscle is now more visible, and sometimes they can appear bigger because of it, because their muscles are visible, and they just appear like they have gained a lot more size, but in reality they've actually lost weight and lost body fat. So something to keep in mind if you're trying to do both goals at the same time. It'd be a lot better off maybe just losing fat and trying to get leaner to appear like you look more muscular than you actually are, or to look more athletic. So the secret to actual toning is to focus on the calorie deficit and doing resistance training and cardio and things of that nature to maintain your muscle mass and still burn body fat, and eventually you will create that athletic, tone, lean look. But again, you cannot train a certain area of your body and hope to lose fat off that particular area. You need to put your body in a calorie deficit, and your body will lose fat as a whole, and eventually off them stubborn areas to finish with. So I hope that helps, and speak to you soon.